Speaking of historical, let's continue with our story, Bubba. Following a tough week at school and following the football games came the riding around, which I heard often led to parking. And who else better to report on parking and riding around than Rick Williams, live in town.
Hello, I'm Ricky Williams, on location at another famous historic landmark. Yep, it's the world famous Burger Chef, the predecessor to the world famous McDonald's. Or this is what once was Burger Chef. It was one of the first stops after school. I can still smell the big chefs cooking now. Man, the aroma, the fries, the cokes. I can remember the cars lined up, the gang all sitting around talking, and of course being chased off by Constable Aycock. We solved many of the world problems here, didn't we? And a lot of the local problems. Yeah, I can remember the gang all coming in here, making the loop, driving through, blowing the horns, seeing who was with who. It was so much fun. This whole getting the cars and head over on the loop to the north side of town to the other world famous hangout and see who we can spot over there. Hello everybody, I'm here at what used to be Bill's Drive-In, or as we knew it, the Plowboy. Nothing better than seeing everybody here, pulling in, finding a spot, going inside, grabbing a burger and a Coke, and sitting on someone's car for an hour or so observing the passing traffic to see who was out riding the loop, which went from Burger Chef, the Dairy Queen, to the Plowboy. Hey, looks like there are a few people hanging out here. Let's see who all is here. According to how many people's mouths were moving. If everybody's mouths were moving, they were all laughing. That may be the biggest Okay everybody, let's take your dates home and let's head on down to the Confederate Drive-In. You remember the Confederate Drive-In? That's the place our parents warned us about. We were not supposed to go. Hey, they had some good burgers. They were mighty greasy, but they were good. Let's all head on down to the Confederate, check it out. And this is Ricky Williams reporting for WBHS. We'll turn it back to the studio.
Hey Charlene, all that hanging out, riding around, dodging wolf and nibbling all night.
Well, Bubba, some of us actually studied after school.
Well, Charlene, as we visit some of these next places, I'm sure even you and your goody two-shoes buddies will remember them, or at least you've heard of them for sure. Nights couldn't get started with, first of all, buying some supplies. I'm not sure this place still exists. Let's take a look. Yeah, Charlene, once that was taken care of, how can we ever forget the campus theater? And live at the campus theater, it's Debbie Bloodworth.
Hi, this is Debbie Bloodworth reporting from the campus theater in beautiful, historic downtown Milledgeville. As you can see, the sign is still here, but the box office doesn't open anymore. This is where many a romance began, where we all learned love means never having to say you're sorry, how Patton won the war, whatever happened to Rosemary's Baby, and how to find a midnight cowboy. Who can forget Mr. Morgan standing there looking dapper as ever in coat and tie, and the roving usher with his ever-present flashlight, making sure nothing out of line was going on. And our favorite drink, the mix, where Coke, orange, and grape went into the same cup, and our personal favorite, that Chili Dilly, a sour little pickle we all love. I bet the forest outside still has popcorn and chewing gum stuck to it. Back to you in the studio.
We do miss the campus, but when we had seen the movies at the campus, our other choice was the Starlight Drive-In. You remember. Here's Debbie again.
Hi, the entrance to the Starlight is right where I'm standing. That's the Starlight Drive-In, by the way. And right down there is where we often loaded the trunks of our cars, sneaking friends of ours in. Not that anyone ever actually watched the movies that Starlight had, but there we did enjoy chili dogs and popcorns and various other activities. It was a good time, And it's been a long time ago, and the movie, the screen to it actually stood for a long time until the tiles started falling off. And then they replaced it with the Walmart, which is now no longer there either. We got a new Walmart. At any rate, everybody that came had a really good time here, and there are a lot of memories, and we just wanted to stop and let you know how Milledgeville has advanced. There are not a lot of drive-ins left anymore, and ours, unfortunately, is one that's gone into the past. This is Debbie reporting from the old entertainment places of Milledgeville. Back to Bubba and Charlene.
Well, I certainly remember the movies.
And I remember the jelly dolls.
Another famous landmark was, of course, the Royal 5 Club. Bubba's there now.
Oh!
Bubba?
Hello, folks. I'm standing at the very spot where I think the Royal 5 Club used to be. This is where we used to dance our Saturday nights away. Sir,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Right.
Are you from around here by any chance?
I sure am.
I'm looking for the old Royal 5 Club. Used to be a dance hall and looked like an old log cabin. Do you have any recollection of where it might be or anything?
Oh yes, I remember it well. It's no longer here, but it used to stand in that area right there. And for many years, they had a pretty good band, I understand, that played out here for teenagers every Saturday night. But if you'll excuse me, I'm late for a gig myself. I've been playing every Saturday night for about 30 years.
I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, there you have it, folks. This is indeed the spot of the former Royal 5 Club, where we used to indeed dance our Saturday nights away.
And after a night of dancing, hopefully we went right down the road here. Let's go take a look there too.
Here we are at the Lake Sinclair Reservoir Retaining Wall, what we affectionately know as the dam. This was where we went right up here to hone our driving skills, a meeting place where we watched the submarine races, where we also learned what defog actually meant. Take a look, it's right up here. Over my right-hand shoulder over here is the more famous part of the dam, or more infamous part, if you will. It's known as the bottom part of the dam. It's where we always wanted to go. We always wanted a yes and never a no. If only these trees could talk. I just really wonder what they would have to say. Charlene, back to you in the studio.
Now that we have visited all those places, you know what? They were just places. Finding lost places in our lives could seem to be an important part, but the most important part is finding lost people. Where's the person that sat next to you in biology? Where's that quiet girl that always sat at the back of the classroom? And where's that smart guy that always seemed to have the right answer? What part did you play in their lives in helping them to find and fill the lost places? We were all part of a team back then, the class of 70 and the class of 71, Baldwin Braves or GMC Bulldogs. We were there together during an important developmental time in our lives. Who had an effect on your life? How did you influence someone else's life? Simple words that you said back then, good or bad, could still ring in the ears of a former classmate. We were all struggling to find out who we were and what our place in this world was. We all were struggling. Take time to value what we had back then. Rekindle old relationships, forgive, forget, make things right, laugh again, play again, and cherish the memories. There will come a time in our lives, that's all we have.
Oh, how touching, Charlene. Now it's time for a public service announcement. Looking at the calendar, it's September already. Back to school, it's also National Colonoscopy Month. Especially important for all of us that are over 50 years of age. Have you had yours yet, Charlene? I understand the procedure is really not all that bad. You just have to...
I really think it's definitely time for the end. And from WBHS, good night.
And good news.